Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of XLR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a live classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Wanna get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. XLR. We don't just train, we build careers.
Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a PowerBI workshop with advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if XLR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
It was a great course and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with XLR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our technical fest Atmos, and I thank XLR for being a part of it.
very much interested in learning digital marketing course for a very long period of time, but I don't get a proper platform. So later from our college, I get to know about XLR and I enrolled in XLR course. It was really good experience. Our course has been taken by Mayur sir, and he was very good teacher. He not only focusing on theory part, he is doing how real digital marketing works, and it was in total very good experience. I get so much of knowledge. Here they not only focusing on study, they are also conducting different exam to test our knowledge, and as we are giving the exam, so to appreciate our work, they give certificates for the toppers, and along with the certificate they give hampers. Thank you, XLR.
Recently I was searching for digital marketing courses online in Google, and I came across XLR and I attended a digital marketing course which was for 15 days. My mentor Mayur helped me for attending these classes. So he is a very informative and helpful guy. In the course end, there is a exam which I topped, so I came to the XLR office in Bengaluru. This digital marketing course has helped my career and my skills to develop, and the certificate has helped my company to join. Thank you, XLR.
I came to know about this course from my college. Actually, for learning platform, this is very nice, and I learned from here ChatGPT and AI from online. Because he's teaching for me for AI generative and ChatGPT. We are using this technology in more. And after finishing the courses, I came for collecting the certificate. I seen the classrooms and faculties. Classroom is very nice. After the completion of exam, they will give gift and certificates. Thank you, XLR, for giving these courses. I learned a lot from this. I gained the more knowledge from here. And thank you for XLR for teaching us.
Hello guys, I'm Vikram Mahajan and I'm studying in Swami Vivekananda Institute of Technology College, and I came across a training program which was mobile app development using Flutter, which was given to us by XLR Solutions. I came across this program through my college faculty who told us about this program, that it is a very good course and you should enroll in this course. So I enrolled in this course, and initially I felt really good about this course because they started everything from a very basic point of view, that even if someone who doesn't know anything about Flutter or anything about mobile app development can also learn the same way the ones who know about it are learning. So no student was left behind and everyone was given equal attention. All the doubts throughout the course were cleared. And if we had any questions also, we were like, the trainer was also ready to stay for a longer time than it was scheduled, even for the sake of doubts. So that shows how important the students are to them. So it was a really good experience with XLR's program, and by the end of the training program, I was able to develop my own application. And through the development also there was another point. So our sir taught us about how we can connect our own mobile phone to our laptop and write code in our laptop, and you can see the output in your phone, which is really creative and interesting for me. I felt really good about that. So in the end, I developed my own mobile application. I showed it to my mother, I showed it to my friends. I felt really good about it. So I would really suggest XLR. I would recommend it to all my friends to take courses from here, as they focus on the children, focus on the students, and they focus on what's necessary, that is the students' doubts gets cleared and everything else. So today I came down to the XLR office to collect my certificate. So I got to know about what other courses XLR is offering. It included data analysis, data analyst, social media marketing, and full stack Java, and many more courses which were interesting, and they gave us an insight of how everything happens. And they take you through the course from the starting of the course to the end, and what next, that is placements as well. How you should be going into the interviews and how you should be approaching to companies, your resume building, and there were so many things which XLR is going to help you in, and they are ready to give you all the knowledge required even if you are a beginner. So I really felt good about this visit, and I would really recommend XLR to everyone who's listening to this, and also to all my friends, that I had a very good experience with XLR, and I would suggest you to experience the same. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Satish and I am from Swami Vivekananda Institute of Technology. I am here to share my experience about XLR program. I took part in the XLR program that was conducted in the last month about the mobile app development using Flutter. What I liked the most about this session was the trainer started from the scratch. That means even the beginner who don't know about the basics of the program, even they can learn the most from this program. It gave me hands-on experience by developing a project which was the final outcome. Thank you XLR for giving me this opportunity, and I would also recommend all my friends to take part in the XLR programs. Thank you.
My name is Tasneem. I'm the senior manager at 98 percentile in the HR department. And today we did a wonderful drive with XLR. It was amazing right from the very beginning, from the very first day when I got in touch with them till today. I think it was an extremely smooth journey with them. There were multiple follow-ups done by the representatives in order to check that we would be, what time we would be coming, how many people would be coming, what vehicle we would get. To that extent, they were so precise in giving all the information to us. It was extremely great to get associated with them and have a drive at XLR campus. So we are very, very happy that we got a chance to do this. Now, coming to the students, what XLR had, I think they were extremely enthusiastic. They were well prepared. They were aware of what they are coming for. I think there was some back-end preparation which they did that was commendable. They also were very confident, and they were open to any kind of thing we were asking them to do. That was I think the best part. Now, I really hope we have a very, very fruitful association with each one of them and XLR in future. We are really looking forward to have many more drives like this.
Hi everyone, my name is Prachi Sharma and I'm
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Just let me know if I'm audible to you guys. Okay, I guess I'm audible. All right, so yesterday we saw that how exactly a cryptocurrency work, and it's not a new idea. Instead, it's an old idea that we have seen in that Yap Island. Okay. Now, if someone missed that session, yesterday's session, so I'll just give a brief. Okay. So I was saying that if we see Bitcoin's working is exactly like the physical cash system. Why I'm saying that? Because if you have ever used physical cash, okay. So what you do, you pull your wallet out. Suppose you have to do a 500 rupee payment. So what you do? You just take your wallet out, pull a 500 rupee note out of it, and you're directly giving it to the hand of other person, the recipient, right? So I asked this question: do we require help of any intermediary or bank to do this? The answer is no. I'm directly giving it to that person. That means a physical cash system is peer to peer, or we can say it's user to user. Okay. And I also told you that in physical cash system, the our data, I mean our identity is remained anonymous. We have all seen that. Okay, consider an example. Suppose you went for shopping. Okay, and you bought some stuff, and let's say during payment you used cash instead of UPI or any other digital transaction. So what you do, you directly give cash into the hands of shopkeeper. So shopkeeper will never ever be able to get your name, and you will and shopkeeper sorry and you will not get shopkeeper's name either. So anonymity is maintained. Our privacy is maintained in the physical cash system, which you will miss in the digital world, where let's say UPI or in the credit card system. Okay, our data is visible to other. Some bit of information is always shared, right? It could be a number, it could be a name, right? So that's really concerning. Okay. And I also said that blockchain blockchain doesn't depend on a centralized database. It's not kept on a single place. Instead, blockchain is a concept where the data is distributed into various computers that are connected, again, peer to peer, user to user. Okay, around the world. Around the world, everyone is connected around the world. I had told an example also. Suppose we are 100 people. Okay, and if I'm sending a Bitcoin to, let's say, a person living in America, this information will be distributed to every 100 people around the world. So it becomes really difficult for the hackers or illegal bodies to delete a data from a single location, because it's really easy. You can easily delete your data from a single location. But what if it's present on a thousands of computers? So that's why we say blockchain is a decentralized network. Decentralized, you can imagine decentralized network. Okay, decentralized, not like client server system. Okay, client server system. We'll take the doubts. We'll take the doubts. So Gayatri is asking. Okay, I'll take this question. What is the meaning of Bitcoin? So I guess you were not in the previous session. So I discussed that Bitcoin was came as a solution to the financial crisis of 2008. So I wanted to watch that previous session. Okay, if you haven't watched that. So Bitcoin came as a solution. It came as a solution to the financial crisis, if you guys remember. Because we have seen during the financial crisis of 2008, everything was centralized. There's a monopoly of banks there. So they can decide whatever they want to do. Okay. But when Bitcoin came, Bitcoin addressed this issue by saying, okay, I'll explain a very easy language. So what Bitcoin proposed? Bitcoin proposed that there should be a single currency throughout the world. Single currency. Remove Indian rupee, dollar, yen, euro. There should be a single form of money which is used by everyone. Everyone. And it is not controlled by anyone. Okay, there's no regulatory body, there's no governing body who says no, use in this way, no, you cannot, you cannot transfer this, let's say, to Sri Lanka, or let's say to Africa. So Bitcoin came as a solution where people can have total possession of their money. I can send Bitcoin. I don't need permission from anyone to do. I don't need permission from anyone, okay, before doing that transaction. So that was Bitcoin. I mean, that is Bitcoin, a virtual currency which is not backed by anything, okay, which is not dependent on anything. Okay, and we'll see more examples, so you'll able to understand what exactly this Bitcoin is. Okay, now before starting Bitcoin, okay, we have to understand what is Web3 space is. Web3, I think most of you heard about Web3 space. Okay, so I'll share my screen. Is my screen visible? Just let me know. I think it is visible. Okay. So to understand what Web3 is, we have to go back in time during 1990s. Okay, focus on me right now. Don't focus on screen. Okay. We have to go back in time during when the world got the first internet, which is known as Web 1. You know what it was like? It was just a newspaper. It was like a digital newspaper where we can only read the data, where we can only able to read the data like a newspaper, like blogs we have. Okay, so at that time, people were not able to create anything. Okay, they were not able to interact with the internet. Okay, so that was Web 1, which is also known as static website, blogs, or any kind of website where we can just read the data. Okay, now after a while, we got the modern internet, which is known as Web 2, which we got around 2000. Okay, here we can read and write the data. Here we can interact with the data. Biggest examples are social media platform. You can take WhatsApp, Instagram, even Zoom. We are talking to each other. We are able to share data with each other. We are able to create our own content. We are able to create our own data on internet. So that was possible with the evolvement of this Web 2. Okay, read and write the data. Right. Okay, in Web 1, it was only read the data. Okay, so I have taken example, interactive platform, Facebook, YouTube. You create content, but platform owns it. Yeah. So I was coming to that. Now, what was the problem with Web 2 so that we got Web 3? There must be a problem, right? Then only we got a next evolution. Okay. So the problem was, listen to this very carefully. Problem was that everything is centralized. Everything is centralized. Everything. Our data is being stored on a centralized location. So that is something which is really concerning. Why? Because if you guys know, I think 1 or 2 years back there was a there was a case where millions of Aadhaar card data got leaked from Indian government database. If you guys know about it, who is responsible for this? And we know government is responsible, but have they paid any penalty or they sued the Indian users? The answer is no. This is not just in India. If you see tech giant companies like Meta, YouTube, sorry, Netflix, there have been cases where data has been compromised. Data is being compromised. Protection bill. GDPR. So they say if a company is responsible or if there is a data breach in a company, they have to just pay $20 million, sorry, 20 million euro or 4%. 4%. These tech giant companies revenue is it's so large, and when we talk about these penalties, they are just a fraction of it. I'll show you some examples. I'll show you the example of Meta, Yahoo, even Netflix, Amazon. They all have paid penalties, but it's really easy for them to pay just these penalties. Who suffers? Who suffers? The users, the us, the consumers suffers a lot here. Our data is being compromised. Okay, or not just here. Even there's a very beautiful documentary on Netflix as well. I think it's by the name The Social Media Dilemma. So it says that if you are not paying for the internet, if you are not paying for the internet, that means you are the product. You are the product that's being sold on the internet. Okay, I'm talking about, let's say, chairs. So Google will start showing me the ads for chairs. So they are selling our data, right? They are selling our data, and it's a crime if they are not doing in the consent of us. So they must take consent of us. And where we are giving this consent. So you guys must remember, or you must have seen, whenever we visit a website, there's a pop-up. There's a pop-up that says terms and condition, right? I think we all have seen a terms and condition pop up. So what we do, we don't take time to read what's written there, and we just click on I agree, right? This is all we do, right? So if you read that, so there it's written, if you are giving your consent to the company, so they can sell your data to the third parties, to the ad companies. So we are being compromised everywhere in this digital world. Our data is being stolen. We say that it's a myth. Actually, it's a myth that internet provides sorry, it's a myth that uh, our data is being private. Okay, it's just a myth. On internet, privacy is just a myth. Okay, there are various cases. I guess Aadhaar card was compromised many times. Okay. Or sensitive data, everything is stored on a single location. That makes it really vulnerable. Okay, now, okay, wait, I'll just show you the website first. I've already saved it here. So if you see here, I'll tell you about this Facebook. They were fined 1.3 billion dollar. And you know what is their revenue? It's more than 130, I mean, it's more than 170 billion dollar is their revenue. So it's just a fraction. It's just a fraction. So if you see here, I have mentioned it here as well, biggest GDPR fines in history. Meta, 1.2 billion euro, and they are seeing the biggest GDPR fine. But if you Google it, what's the revenue of Meta? So it is more than 165 billion euro. It's just a fraction. It's just a fraction of it. So it's really easy for them to pay off these penalties. Users are the last one who suffers. Okay. Now to address these issues, we got a new version of internet which is known as Web 3. Web 3. Now, how it solves this problem? So it has three things here. Two, we already had read and write. Third thing is you own the data here. You own the data here. That means users have 100% possession of their data with themselves. I'll take my example. Right now, I'm holding 16,000 worth of Solana. And you know where it's stored? You will be shocked to hear that they are stored on my piece of paper, in a piece of paper. They are stored on a piece of paper, not on a centralized space, not on a centralized database, but it's stored on a piece of paper. I have maintained a diary. This is my diary. So this diary contains 16,000 worth of Solana. If I lost this diary, I'll lose my 16,000 worth of Solana. So my data belongs to me. My data belongs to me. So in this Web3 space, the data belongs to user. Okay. Now, yeah. So data belongs to user. Okay, I think there's no doubt. We'll see the doubts later. So you create and own content or data. So when we say I have 2 Bitcoins, so you actually own Bitcoin. It's not stored on a single place. Okay, it's not stored somewhere on a single location. It's stored with me. And how it is stored? So for that we have to understand cryptography. Again, I'm again and again saying cryptography. Okay, because I'll tell you in short, because cryptography is a subject that has this concept known as private key. If you I mean if you are from technical background, so you must have learned about this subject cryptography. So there's this concept known as private key. Okay, so this private key is the only thing on the internet that belongs to user, not to anyone else. So by taking this idea up, I mean, they utilize into blockchain, and I mean, see, I told you, blockchain is not something new. It's an amalgamation of various old and tried technologies: cryptography, peer-to-peer network, hashing process. Okay, and then we have handshaking process. So it is a whole process. It's a process. It's not a single thing. Okay, now. Now, if you guys are into philosophy, okay, so there's a saying: to centralize is human, to decentralize is divine. What do you mean by it? What do you mean by it? It means that humans humans tends to centralize things. It could be kings, we have government, we have banks. We tends to centralize things. I don't know, to control something, to have a power, to dominate. Okay, but have you ever seen nature around us? Have you ever seen the nature around us? The birds, I mean, the flock of a bird flying in a pattern, okay, or the animals herding in a large number. Have you ever thought who is controlling them? Is there anyone who is governing them or making them say, no, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to follow this pattern? The answer is no. That means nature follows a decentralized concept. Okay, birds fly in a pattern. Okay, so there's no one who control it. There's no one to control them. Okay, similarly, fish schooling. They just move in a cluster. They exactly don't need some rules or regulations from someone to control them. They work in an autonomous manner. They are self-governing. Okay, even at the molecular level, our cells, our human body cells, or let's say microorganisms, they do everything, and they don't require any governing power to control them. Our cells, micro and organisms, they don't need anyone to control them, but humans control these things. Okay, now even if you read about Mahatma Gandhi, so he has said khadi mentality means decentralization of the production and distribution of the necessaries of life. Okay, so khadi at that time was really important for local development, local communities. Okay, if India has to develop its path towards non-violence, it will have to decentralize many things. We have to disperse power. If we concentrate power in a single thing, there's a chance of corruption. Okay, the end to be achieved is human happiness combined with full mental and moral growth. This end can be achieved under decentralization. Centralization as a system is inconsistent with a non-violent structure of society. Okay, so as I've said, human tendencies to centralize. We created kings, governments, bank, corporations to manage and control. Yeah, centralization being efficiency, but it also provides single point of failure. If one bank fails, if you remember 2008 crisis, even I think 4 to 5 months ago there was a crash in Microsoft. If you guys know, so I most of my lectures are on what was Teams, so it was not working properly. So you see, there's a single point of failure. Their main server was not working, so most of their applications were not working properly. If you have considered there was a crash in my Instagram, Facebook, Instagram were not working properly because of the Meta. Meta is a centralized thing. Okay, power concentration, corruption and censorship, exclusion. Not everyone get equal access. There was a case of Yahoo. their data got breached in 2013, and they told the world that their data compromised in 2013. So the centralized body hide everything. There's nothing we called as transparency here. Okay. Now blockchain. Blockchain as a return to nature. Blockchain mimics decentralized systems found in nature. No single leader. Instead, if you guys remember, yappies, villagers, consensus. Okay, there's a consensus. Every participant has a voice, and every participant use their laptop. So we can say it's computers actually. Okay. Third point, trust is distributed. Code, cryptography, but not people. Okay. So just like ecosystem balance themselves, blockchain networks self-regulate. Okay. So now how Web3 and blockchain is linked to each other. So Web3 is a bigger space, and who powers this Web3? So blockchain is the answer. Blockchain is the technology who powers the Web3. I guess you guys must have an idea now. What is a Web3? Read, write, and own the data. Ownership of the data. Okay? Ownership of the data. Web3. So that's what it addressed. Okay? Now let's understand the working of blockchain with an example. Okay, with an example we'll see. It's a very good example, and it will help clear a lot of things. Somebody asked me yesterday, sir, I have heard about there's a mathematical problem in Bitcoin. Okay, someone asked this yesterday. Okay, and that process is known as mining. So I'll tell you what this mining is using this classroom example. So listen to this very carefully. Okay. All right, now I start. Suppose there's a classroom. There's a classroom. Okay, and suppose there are some activities happening in a classroom. Let's say student A gives a pencil to student B. Student T lends an eraser to, let's say, student Y. Student M shares a book with student K. Okay, now what happen is all these activities, it will be observed by everyone in the class. Everyone will see it. Everyone will. Suppose there are 40 people, 40 students in a class. So all 40 students will see, oh wow, student A gives a pencil to student B. Student E lends an eraser to student Y. So this is seen by everyone. Okay. Now, what will everybody do? Everybody will write it on a piece of paper. They will write it on a piece of paper. Every student will write, oh yeah, student A give a pencil to student B. Student C lends a eraser to student whom? Student Y. So everybody will write this information on a piece of paper. Okay. Okay. So everybody will write this piece of information on a piece of paper, or let's say a notebook. All right. Now, there's a teacher. There's a teacher. Now, teacher's role is to write a mathematical problem on the blackboard or the whiteboard. Okay, so teacher wrote a mathematical question and asked every student to solve it. And asked every student to solve it. Okay, so we have three processes. First, the activities were done. Second, everybody wrote down those activities. Third point, teacher gave a mathematical problem. Now everybody has to solve, every student has to solve that mathematical problem. Okay, so in the, you can see before finalizing the notes, the teacher writes a mathematical puzzle on the board. Okay, now what will happen? There would be a student who will solve this mathematical question first. We all have those toppers. Okay, so that those who answers in seconds. Okay, and we actually don't like these kinds of students. So this is what happens here. Suppose there's a student who solved this mathematical question first. Okay, now that student will be declared as a winner. Declared as a winner. Okay, this sorry, after this mathematical puzzle we got a winner. Now if you was Spider-Man, so it says with great power comes great responsibility. So now this winner has some responsibility. It has some responsibility. Now what this winner will do? Winner will distribute his or her copy to everybody in the classroom. Okay, suppose student B is the winner. So what student B will do? Student B will give his or her copy to for all 39 students. All 39 students. Okay, understood? Now, now this is the responsibility of everyone to check if the student B has written everything right or not. If student B in his or her copy has written everything or not, so they validate these things. Okay, they validate these things. Student A will say, yeah, student A will match the student B's copy with his or her copy. If the data is same, that student A will say, yes, it's right from my side. So this will be done by everyone, because it's not a centralized system. There's no single person who will check this. Now everybody will check it. So you see, everybody has a responsibility here, because we have to create a decentralized network, right? We have to create a decentralized network. So everybody will check if student B has written all the information as you have seen here. Imagine in this blue box you can see. So in the copy of winner, I mean student B, all this information should be written. All this information should be written. Student A gives a pencil to student B, blah blah blah, and this information will be validated by everyone. Okay, now you can see a decentralized network. Now not a teacher, a single person is seeing. Now everybody is seeing it. Okay, so I've written in the green box, classroom validation. Other students check whether the winner's notes are correct or not. If activities match what they wrote, that means the approve is done. Okay, and if they are not agreeing to what's written, I mean the student B has not written the right thing, the correct thing, they will reject it. They will reject it. Okay, so I have written it here. Suppose fraud prevention. Student Z received 5 chocolates from student X, which never happened. Which never happened. See, in these activities we haven't seen student Z giving chocolates to anyone. So this is information everybody will check. Everybody will check, and they will reject it. Okay, understood? Now suppose in our example everything is right. Everything is right. Everything in the winner's notebook is right. So now what will happen? What will happen? Now the student B will do photocopies of his or her note. She or he will create 39 photocopies of his or her actual notebook, and it will distribute to everyone. So you see, everyone now have a same data, same consistency, same consistent data. Okay, students B copy with everyone. Student B has the original, but its photocopy is now distributed to everyone. So now everybody will have the same data, right? So this is known as data consistency. Everybody will having the same data. Okay, okay, guys. I think it's clear now. Now this process will be done again. Suppose there are more activities. Okay, then there are again a mathematical puzzle. Then the winner is selected. Then the validation is done. I mean, all the people will approve it or decline it. Now, suppose in the next round, student N is the winner. So student N will do the same thing. He or she will create the photocopies, and it will distribute to everyone. Okay. Now, if you remember, now everyone has two papers, everyone have two papers, right? Student B's paper and student N paper. Now if they staple it, now if they staple it, now you can see two papers tied together. Two papers tied together. So this is what blockchain is, guys. You can imagine that page as a block. Pay block 1 and block 2. Page number 1 as block 1, page number 2 as block 2. Now they are stapled. So it becomes blockchain. A chain that is connecting two blocks together. Now here we have stapler. Who is connecting it? Who is connecting it? Okay, so I've written it here. See, photocopies for everyone. Once approved, the winner makes photocopies of their notebook page and distributes them. Okay, now as this data is with everyone, two photocopies are everyone, so it's really difficult. Suppose there's a very how do we call it, shaitan bacha. Okay, it's a shaitan student or what's the shaitan Hindi English word? Okay, so what that student tried to do, he tried to, let's say, destroy the papers. Okay, but it's really difficult to destroy from all the 39 students. Okay, you can delete it from a single play, you can tear those pages from a single single student, but it's really difficult to remove it from all the 39 people. Okay, so that's why it's immutability. Later, if someone tries to erase or change an old page, their notebook won't match the rest. Okay, if someone tries to change the photocopy, the other 39 will say, no, 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 you're not wrong. This is something not doing right here. Okay, now the last point, chain of pages. Over time, student O is the winner. So there's an entire history we can see in those pages. Okay, okay. And suppose the new student joins a class. So what will happen? I think it happens to we all. It happens to all as well. Suppose if we enter a new school, so what teacher used to say? Just do the photocopies of the entire the course that's been done till now. Okay, so what we do? We just took the photocopies, so that new student will be getting photocopies of the entire old data. That's exactly in Bitcoin. I'm not a user of Bitcoin, but let's say if I want to install Bitcoin into my computer, all the data since 2008, sorry, 2009, all the transactions, you can imagine these transactions as activities. So all these activities since 2009 will be stored into my computer now. I think it's around 64 GB right now when I checked last year. Okay. Any doubt, just let me know. So I'll take. Okay, first let's see. Now we'll translate into the blockchain concepts. Students, instead of students, we have computers that are connected to each other. Activities equal to transactions like sending money or digital assets. Notebooks are like ledgers. Okay, ledger. What's happening, who's he sending to whom, blah blah blah. Each note keeps a copy of the ledger. Teacher's puzzle. Proof of my work. So Bitcoin has this same concept where there's a mathematical problem which has to be solved by these computers. Then if there is a winner who solves this mathematical problem, will get to create a block. Okay, and then this block will be distributed to everyone. Okay, and then that block will be approved or declined by everyone, the validation process. So I think you guys can imagine, okay, what I'm trying to say. Prove that concept is known as proof of work. So I think last session somebody asked me, so what is mining? So this is mining, the mathematical problem. Okay, to choose a winner. Okay, because it's by unbiased. Okay, everybody is participating, but only one is selected. Winner student is known as the miner who gets to propose the next block. Classroom validation is known as consensus mechanism, which we'll discuss. Okay, but you got the process, validation process. Fraudulent student, it is known as malicious node, trying to insert fake transactions. Okay. Photocopies, block added across all nodes. Everybody will have the photocopy of the block. Data consistency. Immutability, once a block is added, it can't be altered, it cannot be deleted because everyone else has a copy. Everybody has this. Okay. Last, chain of pages, blockchain. Stapler, we are connecting all the pages together. So blocks linked in sequence. It's a really great example, right? So let me just check if anybody has doubt regarding this. Okay, so I guess we all understood this example. Okay. Okay, I guess I'm getting this thing. Okay. So we have seen the outline on exactly what this blockchain is. So now you guys can consider blockchain as a last step. Blockchain are those pages linked to each other. Blockchain is the last step. Okay, so that's correct. Blockchain is the last step. Cryptocurrency is just an activity that is happening. Okay, so cryptocurrency is just an activity. Okay, suppose I'm sending 5 Bitcoin to, let's say we have let's say my three. So if I'm sending 5 Bitcoin to my three, so now I don't want this transaction to be stored on a single location like bank, because bank can delete it, bank can be hacked. So what I do, I use blockchain technology, so this data is now with everyone, making it immutable. That's blockchain, nothing else, nothing else. Instead of storing on a centralized location, we use blockchain to store in a decentralized manner. So cryptocurrency is not blockchain. Cryptocurrency is just an application, just an activity that is happening on blockchain to make their data immutable. In short, can you explain what is blockchain? Okay. So what do you understand blockchain? So blockchain is a concept. It's a concept where the data is recorded on multiple computers or thousands of computers that are connected peer to peer. That is the definition of blockchain. I'll repeat again. Blockchain is a concept where the data or transaction, here I mean, see, blockchain is known as a technology for finance, so every data is related to transaction. So data or transaction are the same thing. So every data, okay, I'll repeat again. A blockchain is a concept where the data or the transactions are recorded on thousands of computers connected peer to peer. Okay, okay. I guess, any other doubt? Okay, so I guess Anwar is asking, sir, is there any chance after quantum computing become public of security of Bitcoin can be believed? I discussed earlier also. Yeah, it was a myth that after the quantum chip introduced by introduced by Google, is it a risk on Bitcoin? So the answer is no, Anwar. The reason is, yeah, see, if you see the technology, Bitcoin is using the old technology which is known as RS. I'll discuss what RS is. Now this RS is easily breakable using these quantum computers. So now people were assuming Bitcoin is hackable now. So the answer is still no. Because I guess the quantum computer, I mean the quantum chip introduced by Google, it's not that powerful right now to hack Bitcoin, because Bitcoin security is not just coming from the technology, I mean the cryptograph, but it's also coming from the decentralized network. It has 21 to 22,000 people connected to each other around the globe. Okay, so if you want to delete the data or temper the data, you have to remove it from all 22,000 nodes. That is something which is really difficult right now. Okay, so that's the reason Bitcoin is not hackable. But yeah, if you ask me the new Bitcoins that are arising, if they are not coming with a new technology, the new cryptography algorithm, that then they are at risk. Okay. Sir, okay, how can smart contract vulnerabilities be compared to software bugs? See, smart contracts are just like another code only. The only difference is smart contract doesn't exist on a single platform. It exists on a decentralized space. Okay, it's not on AWS. Okay, are there any Indian crypto coins? Yeah, we do have. The biggest example is Polygon. Polygon, Polygon. Polygon is an Indian-based company. Okay. Sir, I may know. Okay, I haven't completed this question. So yeah, all the vulnerabilities. If your coding is really strong, okay, so it will help in Web3 as well. See, nothing is changed. If you are into Web2, if you want to shift to Web3, the only thing you know is what blockchain is. Everything is same. I mean, all the programming languages are same. Front end is there. Everything is there. So if you are able to find all the vulnerability, it's really great. You can go into the field of cyber contract. Sorry, what I'm saying, smart contract auditor. Okay, so that's really great. Sir, may I know what a transaction consists of? So transaction consists of how do I say it? Again, it's a concept of cryptography. Okay, I'll cover that. Okay, so transaction, normal transaction. If I'm sending you 5 bitcoins, it's a transaction. Okay, so this is the data. Megha is asking where cryptocurrency is used. Okay, so cryptocurrency, see, it's all about the trend. People are liking crypto. Even if you have heard, I think there was an imposition by US government. So India was not able to buy the you know the crude oil from Russia. So they used crypto because it's beyond the regulatory aspect. So you can see crypto is being utilized now. Okay, and not just here. Suppose if my friend is living in, let's say, America, so it's really easy for me to, let's say, if I want to send money, I can do that using crypto. So that's really easy. If you go in a traditional manner, so there are a lot of intermediaries required. First, you have to consult a bank and blah blah blah. So it's a lengthy process. But using crypto, you can do in seconds. Okay. Zero trust architecture principles apply easily to blockchain network. We'll come to that. We'll come to that, Vivek. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. Are there any? We have covered this. Okay. Someone asked where it can be used, like in which field. See, it's being utilized in every space. Finance, even right now, the biggest companies like JP Morgan, then we have Goldman Sachs, everyone is now implementing blockchain into it. Why? Because blockchain is much easy as compared to the traditional world. So governments, the banks are really nervous now if people started to shift to blockchain. I mean to cryptocurrency. So everybody is now ready to implement that. Okay. We'll see the use case studies. Okay. We'll see the use case. All right. What a good question. What type of reward does a miner get? Bitcoin. Bitcoin is given as a reward. Okay, I forgot to tell you guys. So once a person who solved that mathematical problem is now the winner, now that winner must be getting someone, right? So that something is Bitcoin, something which is known as Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is given as a reward. That is the only way, and that is why it is known as mining. It's like you are digging the computers. I mean, you are digging the solution of that mathematical problem, and then you are finding that Bitcoin. So that's why it's known as mining. So you are mine, like we mine and get the gold, right? So we mine the earth, and then we get gold. Similarly, if we mine the computers, okay, so they have just given a name of it. Okay, so you can imagine we are mining to get a Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is a reward. Bitcoin is a reward right now. If you mine it you will be getting 3.152 Bitcoin. 3.152 Bitcoin. Okay, but if you have asked me before 2024, you must have received 6.25 Bitcoin. Before 2020, it's around 12.5 Bitcoin. So after every 4 years, this reward is getting reduced by half. Why? Remember, scarcity. Scarcity is equals to more value. If it's not getting reduced, its value will be stabilized. This is not what the world want. Its value should be increased. Okay, so Yusuf is asking basically cryptocurrency related. Yeah, exactly. Cryptocurrency or blockchain is an application of cryptography. Okay, Karthik is asking, can we do money laundering in cryptocurrency? Okay. So that's something you must not ask, okay, because it's illegal in India because money laundering has a special act, the Anti-Money Laundering Act of 2000, I guess, 13 or 12. Okay, but it's really happening. Okay, it's really happening. I think I have given an example earlier. I mean the previous session. Suppose you have 1 lakh Bitcoins with you, and now you want to cash it out legally. But the thing is, India government has put 30% tax on it. So you will be receiving 70,000. Okay, so you will be receiving 70,000 from it. Now there are money laundering activity. There are some groups on Telegram where you can ask, I want to exchange my Bitcoin. So now people will start to offer you, I'm ready to give you 80,000. Some will say I'm ready to give you 90,000. So this is what money laundering is. You are choosing another way, not a legal way of exchanging your Bitcoin. So that's what money laundering is. Right? Converting your black into white, because those 30,000 were your tax that you saved. Okay. Nikita is asking, sir, please explain blockchain technology. I think you joined late. Oh, I guess you must watch the old, I mean, the recordings. Okay. How many problems per day are solved in mining? See, it depends. After every 10 minutes, this problem came. After every 10 minutes, the Bitcoin is created. I mean, the block in Bitcoin is created after every 10 minutes. So we can say after every 10 minutes, there's a competition. 10 minutes, there is competition. After 10 minutes, there's another competition. Okay. Nikita, I wanted to watch the recording from starting. Okay, previous session as well. Okay. Someone is asking me, sir, if there are millions of miners, so the chances of getting reward by will get slow as well. Yeah, that's correct. But the thing is, right now, guys, these mathematical problems are so hard that not a single person can do it. So what people have started to, they have created the groups. Now, why they have created the groups? Suppose I have a supercomputer. See, to mine a Bitcoin, I need a supercomputer because, see, okay, in a very easy example. Suppose if I ask you guys to solve a 2 plus 2 in 10 minutes, you will easily do that. You don't have to consume your mind, you know, to till it gets exhausted. But suppose if I give you a very hard problem, you have to solve it in 10 minutes. So what you will do? You will use your brain consumption. Okay, you will try to solve things really fast. Okay, maybe calculations per second will get increased. Okay, so you can see your brain consumption is high right now at this stage. So and for that energy, I think you must need a chocolate or sugar, or because brain understands sugar. Okay, so you need energy to consume, to process much faster. This exactly happens in computer. Suppose computer is given a very hard problem, it has to compute in seconds, calculations per millions calculations per second. So it needs energy. So where is this energy coming from electricity? Okay, so that's why Bitcoin is not good for environment, because it takes a lot of uh, electricity consumption. Okay, so this is how we solve a mathematical problem. So this it depends. I guess if you divide your 24 hour by every 10 minutes, so you'll get the answer. Okay. All right, all right. Nikita, so I want you to please watch from scratch. Okay, it's really interesting. Okay, so I guess no more doubts now. Have I missed any? Yeah, I was telling about the groups. Right, right, right. So, like I told you, it's really expensive. I have supercomputer, but again, alone I cannot do it. So what I'll do, I'll consult. Let's say I created a team of 100 members. Every member has a supercomputer. So what we'll do, we'll combine we'll combine 100 computers power together to mine that question now, to solve that question now. So this is known as mining pool. This is known as mining pool. Mining pool. We created a pool of various computers that work together to solve that question. Okay. So this is known as mining pool. Okay. So because a single person cannot do it. All right. Understood? Should I continue? Okay. So as I have written it here, you can read the definition. Blockchain is a type of distributed ledger technology. What is a ledger? Ledger is a place where all the transactions are stored. Uh, check your Google Pay. There's a place you can see your transactions. So there you can see all the outgoing and ingoing transactions. So that is a ledger. Passbook is a ledger. So you can imagine blockchain as a universal ledger where data is stored. I mean the transaction are stored. Where data information is stored, shared across multiple computers called nodes connected in a peer-to-peer fashion, ensuring that no single entity has control over the entire system. These blocks are cryptographically linked to the previous ones, forming an immutable chain of records. Blockchain is one of the key components of Web3. All right. Now, let's take a 10 minutes break, okay, and then we'll meet again. Okay, chat disabled दिखा रहा है. Okay, we'll meet after 10 minutes. Okay, you guys can have drink water. All right. Yusuf has to say your voices. No, we were on a break, Yusuf, for 10 minutes. Madhya Singh, sir, as a cybersecurity guy, how should I approach to crypto or blockchain security? Yeah, first thing, try learning blockchain. Okay, then you'll get to know on how we are seeing blockchain from cybersecurity perspective. But because blockchain is a network in the end, blockchain is a network. To maintain the network security, it's really important. Okay, and also cryptography, as I told you, cryptography is the foundational technology behind blockchain, and cryptography is a subject that comes under cybersecurity. Okay, and also if you are into, let's say, coding, okay, if you are into coding, all right, so you can try to find out bugs, okay, inside the smart contract. Okay, Gunnar is saying, how can we use blockchain? How can we use blockchain? Kunal, you have to wait. You have to wait for today. Okay, we'll see in what other fields this blockchain is utilized. Okay, I'll take real examples. Okay, then you'll get to yeah, bug bounty method, right? Okay, then you'll get this answer, Kunal. Okay. All right, let's start then. Okay. Now, if you are into cryptography, if you have ever read about cryptography, so there's a thing known as private key. Private key. So that private key is your coin. Private key is the actual thing behind a coin. Okay. And what this private key is known, it is known as digital signature. Digital signature. And if you guys, I think most of the people are here from finance or business background, so I'll discuss cryptography. Okay, I'll discuss cryptography from scratch. Okay. All right, now where to use blockchain. So if I tell you everyone, so let's take the example of Bitcoin again. Bitcoin was a solution for 2008 financial crisis. It came as a alternative where people can do a transaction without relying, because it was a trust. Bank created a trust, and then due to that financial crisis, that trust broke between the consumers and the banks. So that's then people started to rely on these cryptocurrencies. Why? Because there is no one to control them. You own your own data. Like I told you, my I have 16,000 worth of Solana in my diary. If you can see my diary, guys, I think you can't see it. Okay, it's there. So it's in my diary. I own my data. I own my Solana. Okay. So that's one of the use case. Cross-border transaction, cross-border payment. If you want to, let's say, if you want to avail, or let's say if you want to avail some services, or you want to, let's say, buy something which is in the international market, but you don't have any international card, it's a trouble. Okay, if I have find various problems when I have to do international transaction. But if companies are implementing blockchain, sorry, they are using cryptocurrency, I can easily do that. So that's the thing. Cross border transaction without without extra price. Because if you guys know about it, suppose if your friend or any relative is living in America, and if you want to transfer your Indian money to dollar, okay, suppose I want to send, yeah, I'll be sharing. Suppose if you want to send 1 lakh rupees, that it will cost more than that. It will cost more than that, right? If I take an example, one of my friend, he transferred money to America, I think 10 lakh rupees. The total cost was around 11 lakh rupees. 1 lakh rupees was the charge of intermediaries or middlemen. Okay, middleman takes take fees from you because they are transferring money to America. So this is not something you will see in cryptocurrency, because there there is no one. You are directly sending money to that person. I told you. You suppose you can visualize. Suppose I can stretch my hand to America and directly and directly giving it to the hands of the person living in America. Okay. So that is the application of blockchain. So cryptocurrency is an application of blockchain. Okay. We'll see more examples. Also, like I told you in the previous session, we have stable coin concept, stable coin, right? So stable coin is more stabilized version of cryptocurrency. So people are using it because it's really safe. Okay. So did you know that story where one guy lost his Bitcoin data in garbage dump yard? No, I don't know about it, but I know a case. There's a mentor of mine, Rohas Nagpal sir. So he was telling, as far as I remember, he was holding Bitcoin. He was holding Bitcoin in the year 2011. It was stored in the pen drive. Again, I told you it's just a data. So instead of writing on a diary, he stored in a pen drive. He lost that pen drive, so he lost, I think, lakhs worth of Bitcoin. Okay, so I haven't heard about this garbage number, but I can remember I have heard somewhere. Yeah, Yusuf, Tether is an example of stable coin. Okay, its value is always stable. It's equal to $1 only. Tether equal to $1. So that's an application. That's an application. Cross-border transaction. Okay, all right. Now I'll share my screen. I think it's visible. Okay. Like I told you, where this ownership is coming from, it is coming from digital signature. Coin or token is nothing, it's just a representation of your digital signature, your private key. Okay. Now, most of you will not understand. So, for that, we'll understand cryptography. Cryptography will make everything easy for you guys. Okay. Security blockchain provides in Web3 space. We all know transparency, everything is transparent. I think if you haven't seen what I showed yesterday, I'll show you guys again. So this is the website Blockchain Explorer. Here you can see everything that you want to know about a blockchain. So right now it's about Bitcoin. So can you see all the latest transactions happening? See what's the time right now? It's 8:21. See at 8:21 53 seconds, all the transactions on Bitcoin that are happening across the world, around the world. Even we can see it. I'm not a part of Bitcoin. You guys are not a part of Bitcoin right now, but we can still see all the transactions happening. Why? Because blockchain provides transparency to the data. Everything is visible. See, but you cannot see the person's name or the location. Okay. What matter is the transaction is happening. That's the only thing you guys should know. Okay. All the world should know. All right. So everything is transparent. Immutability, again, no one can delete it. Decentralization, no central authority is required to run blockchain. It is decentralized. Okay. Now, key components in Web3. Okay, before that, let's understand blockchain use cases. Okay. First is finance. I always say blockchain is known as a technology for finance. If you read here, enable fast, low cost cross border payments, example, Bitcoin, and decentralized finance, DeFi. We'll discuss what these DeFis are. Platforms for lending, borrowing without banks. Acha, before that, I want to discuss a case study, guys. Okay, and I'm not sharing the screen. I will directly tell you here because I know it's bit confusing. Okay, so let's understand a use case. What's the future? What the future holds in Bitcoin? I mean, in blockchain technology. So I'll take a practical example. We all have heard about Scotch whiskey, the Scotland whiskey. I think we all have Scotland whiskey. It's really, really expensive, guys. It's really, really expensive. It's really, really expensive. Okay. Now the thing is, only the rich people can invest into such market. Why? Because it's not like a stock market where you will find the Scotch whiskey market company. It's not like that. So if a person with a lot of money, let's say from India, went to Scotland, he, that person got to know about this Scotch whiskey. He did research on it. That person did research on it, and that what he found that in the last 10 years, if you see the last 10 years graph of Scotch whiskey, it has given 377% return. 377% return. Can you imagine, guys? In just 10 years. So that Scotch whiskey is no why I mean the whiskey is known as liquid gold. It acts like a gold, like liquid price increase stably. Okay, it increases timely. Similarly, Scotch whiskey price or any other whiskey price increases by time. Okay, so it's a really good market, but the thing is, it's limited. Only limited people can invest into these markets. So that's not fair. That's a biased thing. I know about the potential. I guess you guys now know the potential of Scotch whiskey. So how should we invest into such thing? To address this problem, we have the solution blockchain. So now what blockchain is doing is listen to this very carefully. What blockchain is doing is blockchain is tokenizing. This is known as tokenizing the Scotch whiskey. And for that, I'll take a very easy example. Suppose there's a whiskey that costs around 1 lakh rupees. I'm just taking an example. It is worth of the crores. I'm just taking here as an example. Suppose a whiskey costs 1 lakh rupees. Okay. Just imagine it's a very expensive price. It's a very expensive price. All right. Okay, let's take 1 crore. A whiskey costs 1 crore rupee. Now it's really expensive. Now only the rich can buy it. So now what blockchain is doing is blockchain is creating tokens. Suppose blockchain company created 100 tokens which is directly backed by the Scotch whiskey. Okay, let me just share my whiteboard instead, then I guess you guys will understand. Is my screen visible? Okay, it's not. Wait. I think everybody can see my white screen. Okay, suppose this is the Scotch whiskey. The Scotch whiskey is always matured in a wooden what we can say wooden cask. So okay, so this is how it looks. I think we all have seen cartoons. So this is how it looks. So it's a whiskey. It's stored whiskey here. Suppose this whiskey is of 1 crore. Now what blockchain is doing is blockchain is creating tokens of it. Let's say token 1, token 2, let's say 100 token, blah 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 blah, blah token 3, token 100. Okay. Now what they're doing is they are dividing this 1 crore into these 100 tokens. So that will become one token will cost around, if you divide 1 crore by 100, I think it will give 10,000 rupees. Okay, so token 2 is also of 10,000 rupees. Token 100 is also of 10,000 rupees. Now, guys, as I told you, blockchain is peer-to-peer. It's universal. Bitcoin can be used by anyone, no matter where you live or who you are. It doesn't differentiate. It doesn't differentiate. Anyone can use Bitcoin. Similarly, what they are doing is they are creating these tokens. One token is of 10,000 rupees. Now, guys, anyone around the world can directly buy this token. They can directly buy this token. 100 people, they have limited to 100 token. That means 100 people can now buy this token. So you guys can see blockchain has removed the entry barrier that was previously accessed by rich only. Previously, only rich were able to invest. Right now, with the help of blockchain, everyone can participate, everyone can invest. I know the potential of Scotch whiskey, so I can directly put 10,000 rupees into that. I think it's clear to you guys. So this is known as tokenization. You are creating the tokens which are backed by real world asset. So this whiskey, Scotch whiskey. Ignore my writing, I'm a left-hander. Okay, Scotch whiskey is a real world asset. It's a real world. It's a real world asset. So this is known as real world asset tokenization. It's the future, guys. Everything, I think a girl said yesterday, Anything that has a value can be traded. So the answer is yes. Anything that has a value can be tokenized on blockchain. I think you guys can have an idea what's the practicality of blockchain. It is removing the entry barrier so that everyone can participate. It's like democracy. Everyone can do it now. 10,000. And I know that after 10 years, it will give me 10,000 plus 377% of 10,000. You guys can calculate it. So it is democratizing the market that everyone can invest right now. Previously, suppose if a person with a lot of money visited Scotland, then it's the only case that person can invest. There was no other way you can invest into these markets. So blockchain is really helpful for diversify your investment portfolios, not stock market, mutual fund. Blockchain is providing a lot of things. You can buy token. I mean, you can buy gold, you can buy diamond, you can buy Scotch whiskey, you can even buy rockets, you can buy even ships. All are being tokenized now. One of my client gave was telling me, sir, we have to tokenize my ship. He is into merchant navy. So what he was trying to do is he is trying to tokenize ships. So when people do the fundraising, he can, or that person, he can use that money, okay, and the profit generated, okay, will be distributed. Okay, now suppose after 10 years, 10,000 will be more because of the 377% after 10 years. Okay, now this token is directly in the ownership of the person. Okay, like it's not like stock market or stock in on a centralized page, but here it's with you. So that is what blockchain is providing. This is the what I'm telling you right now, guys. It's the future. This is the future. Bitcoin is really good to learn blockchain, but Bitcoin doesn't have any further use cases, but it's really expensive. Again, also we have to think from environmental perspective. Bitcoin is not that good, but this is the future. Real world asset tokenization is the future. Okay, there's another interesting case as well. That I want to discuss with you guys. It's a real example. Again, you guys can Google it. Okay, I'm not able to recognize the name of that. So there was a movie, there was a director, and the director was about to create a movie. The director was about to create a movie. Now, for creating a movie, you need expenditure, you need money, you need capital, right? Because you have to hire actors, then you have to hire everyone, okay, the crew members and everyone. It's really costly. So what people used to do, I mean, what the director or the production team do is they take loans from banks. They take loans from banks or from the stakeholders, okay, and with that they create the movie. Now what this director did, instead of taking loan from the bank or any intermediary, he took fundraising directly from his fans, directly from his fans. I'll take example again. Suppose he wants to create a movie, okay, and the budget is, I mean, the capital required is, the capital required is, let's say, 1 lakh rupees. I'm just taking a small example. 1 lakh rupees. Now, instead of taking from the loan, I mean from the bank, he used blockchain technology. So what blockchain technology did? He created that, I mean, not he, blockchain created tokens. Suppose token 1, token 2, blah 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 blah, token 100. Okay, so if you divide, one token costs around 1,000 rupees now. 1 lakh divided by 100, you will get 1,000. Okay, now the fans across the world, because it's blockchain, so everyone can participate. Now the director fans across the world, they started to invest in this project. They started to buy that token. So if I buy a token that costs around 1,000, so the director will be getting this 1,000 rupees. So this is how director got 1 lakh rupees. Okay, director got 1 lakh rupees. Okay, now he created the movie, and once the movie was into the theaters, okay, sorry, when the movie was into theaters, the profit it generated was distributed to all the token holders. Suppose the movie generated 2 lakh rupees. 2 lakh rupees. I'm just considering example, okay? 2 lakh rupees. So these 2 lakh rupees were divided again to 100 people, which is 2,000. So the fans who invested into this project got 1,000 rupees as a profit. And again, it's an example, but it's a real case. Okay, I'm forgetting the exact value and everything. So it actually happened, guys. So you see, what blockchain is doing? Blockchain is directly connecting the creator with his fans, with his or her fans, which you will not see in the traditional system, which you will not see in the conventional system. So this is the power of blockchain. Anyone around the world can participate, can buy anything without any regulatory or legal procedures. Nothing. You don't need nothing here. That's why it's really efficient. Because I don't know if you guys know about it. If you do if you do a fundraising system conventionally, you have to go through a lot of processes, government requirements, blah blah blah. So it's a really slow process. But with the help of blockchain, you can do it really quickly. So this is the application of blockchain. Blockchain creates these tokens, and these tokens are with everyone. These tokens are with everyone. Right now, suppose if I bought the token, so it should be on a piece of paper. Okay, and everything is recorded on blockchain to make it immutable. Why? Suppose the director in the future said, no, I haven't done anything. So people have, I mean, all the fans has this proof. No, sir, we bought your token. So this is what you can see on blockchain. So blockchain can act as a verification system as well. You can trace the data back. You can trace the data back. Okay, so this is what blockchain future is, the real world asset tokenization. I want you guys to look for this movie name. Okay, suppose I'm a huge fan of Marvel. I really like Marvel cinematic. So if they do such thing, I'll invest into them because I know their movie does really good. Okay, so I will be getting profit from as well. Okay, so it was a real case, guys, and they use blockchain for it. So this is known as real world asset tokenization, not just whiskey. I mean, everything IPR. I mean, all your intellectual property rights are being tokenized, and then diamond is being tokenized. Real estate is being tokenized. Real estate properties. Real estate's being tokenized. Okay, because it's really booming in India right now. Real estate. If you invest into real estate, it's really good investment. So what this blockchain is doing, they are tokenizing it so that multiple people can put money into that land. So let's say, okay, I'll take an example. These are the application that I was thinking to tell you guys later, but I think it's now necessary to understand what actually blockchain is doing. Suppose this is a piece of land. Okay. Now suppose again this piece of land is 1 crore rupees. Okay. Using blockchain, let's say they created 10 tokens. Token 1, blah 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 blah, token 10. Now they will be bought by the people. Okay, all who are interested into this land. So can you guys tell me how much will it cost now? I think 1 lakh rupees, right? So this means 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh rupee land. So when everybody will do this, I mean, well, everybody contribute this 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh each. Okay, when the owner, suppose this is the owner of that land who is creating this blockchain, when he or she received this 1 crore rupees, suppose that person created a mall on it. Suppose they created a mall on, or it could be a real estate, it could be a society. Okay, now from that mall, or let's say any society, if they are generating profits, these profits will be distributed to all the token holders. Okay, so this is what blockchain is doing right now. This is why it is known as a technology for finance. We are moving some value. Okay, we are moving some value. So blockchain is known as the internet of value. Blockchain is known as the internet of value. Blockchain is known as the internet of value. Why? Because if you compare with the conventional internet, Facebook, okay, the internet we use today is known as the, okay, if I talk about conventional internet, the internet that we use today, the Web 2 is known as the internet of data, where you move this data across the world in seconds. This data can be in the form of photos, videos, documents, blah blah blah, PDF file, anything that comes under data. Okay, so that is what conventional internet, the internet of data. But when we talk about blockchain or Web3, it is known as internet of value, where we move value across the internet in seconds, where we move values across the internet in seconds, and these values are in the form of crypto assets. It's a collective term. So crypto assets contains every digital asset. It could be cryptocurrency, okay, it could be NFT, all right, everything. Okay, now you might be asking, sir, what is NFT? We haven't discussed what NFT is. Okay, so let's discuss what this NFT is. I mentioned in this, I'll when you will get the notes, right? So I have written everywhere, so don't worry. So see, if you classify assets into two, they are classified as fungible tokens, and fungible assets, fungible assets, and non-fungible assets. Non-fungible assets. Now, before starting, I want to know from you guys, what do you understand by fungible versus not fungible? I will see the chat box. Yash is saying non-fungible are unique. Great. Can you tell me an example, Yash? What's something which is really unique? Not transferable. Land. Okay. DNA. Okay. Other examples. Exactly. Gayatri says fungible means exchangeable. Okay, first I'll explain, then you guys have to mention what can be the examples of it. Okay, so fungible means any asset which can be exchangeable with other asset that are same in every aspect, its size, its value, okay, everything. Consider a 500 rupee note. A 500 rupee note can be exchanged with another 500 rupee note. 500 rupee notes are in millions, I guess. So a 500 rupee note can be exchanged with another 500 rupee note. Okay, shares, very good. Similarly, Bitcoin can be exchanged for another Bitcoin. So that is known as fungibility. Okay. Now, What is non-fungible? Non-fungible means those rare assets, those unique assets that cannot be transferred, that cannot be exchanged with some random asset. Take the example of Mona Lisa painting. Mona Lisa painting is unique. Mona Lisa painting is unique. Okay, Mona Lisa painting is unique. So it cannot be transferred or exchanged with another random painting, right? So that is what non-fungibility is. Non-fungibility that are unique. Fungible means that can be exchangeable with same asset. Okay, so Yash is saying, is meteorite an example of NFT? It depends. It depends, I guess. Suppose if a meteorite splits into, let's say, 100 parts, but I guess we can call it as an NFT. We can call it as an NFT. That's a good observation. Collectibles, very good. Collectibles. Mahindra Singh Dhoni bat that during 2011 can be treated as an NFT. Okay, collectibles, yeah, real estate. Okay, so these are the form of NFT, non-fungible token. You cannot exchange a land with another land. Okay. Any more example? Okay, Divya is saying stock, gold, currency. Exactly, gold is also a fungible thing. Stock is also a fungible thing. Currency, every fiat money is fungible. Apurva saying artwork, very good. Mani Kanda is saying houses. Houses are what? Yeah, houses. We can say houses are NFTs. Yeah. Artwork. Yeah, artworks are NFTs. Okay. All right. Now, if you guys remember, there was a boom in 2019 when NFT got really famous, and I was really, I was really tired when people were buying those monkeys, the digital drawings of monkeys as NFTs. It was a craze back then. If you see, I think the name was the Yacht Board Ape Club. Total revenue 1 billion. So they generated 1 billion. And see, these are the NFTs. These are the NFTs. Can you see it, guys? These are the NFTs. These were the NFTs. So people bought them for millions. They were NFTs. A comprehensive guide on Board Ape Yacht Club NFTs. Okay, so they were sold for billion. I guess you can see it here. 1 billion. $1 billion. It's really foolish, right? Who is buying these things? But people are. People have a lot of fantasies. They have some craze. Okay, so they are buying these things. Okay, so this is the difference between fungible asset versus non-fungible asset. I guess you guys understood. Okay, fungibility, where you can exchange one asset with some same asset. 500 rupee note with another 500 rupee note. Non-fungible cannot be. Take the example of Kohinoor diamond. It's rare, it's unique. You cannot exchange Kohinoor with some other diamond. So we can create it as, we can consider it as an NFT. Okay. Nilesh is saying, oh, it is like metaverse. Oh, if we are not talking about metaverse, we'll discuss what metaverse is. So if we didn't get the profit, then the person who invested, what about them, sir? Apurva, it's same in the stock market. What's the guarantee you will get profit from it, from the stock market? I invested into LIC right now, it's minus 4,000 for me. It's with everyone. You have to take the risk, right? You have to take the risk. So it's not with crypto, it's not with blockchain, it's with the market. So even in stock market, you are not safe. Okay. Nene is saying, oh, it is like metaverse. We'll discuss what metaverse is, okay? Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. Okay, so you mentioned a person as NFT. Okay, I can see tickets. Yeah, ticket can be considered. Okay, bonds and commodities. Yes, bonds and commodities are example of fungible assets. Now everything is being tokenized. Bonds are being tokenized. okay, on blockchain technology to make them easy so that everyone can buy it. Nilesh, okay, okay, if Nilesh is interested into metaverse, okay, so I'll explain what metaverse is. So metaverse is a virtual space. Is a virtual space. I'll show you their website instead. Wait, not here. One of the biggest example is Decentraland. Sorry, Decentraland. So this is a blockchain. This is the blockchain. If you guys can see on the screen, it is a metaverse. So what they're doing, they are creating a virtual space there where you can find your people, explore diverse events, and spark your creativity in a virtual world. I think one of a singer, it's really popular. He did one of his concerts in this virtual space. So we have to wear that virtual what we known as what we call them virtual glass or something. Okay, we gadget. Not able to remember. Okay, so we have to wear those things. Then we enter the Decentraland or the virtuals or this metaverse. Now it's really real. It's not just like a game or just a animation that are happening here. You can actually buy land over there, and that land is in the form of NFT. Suppose, just imagine you are in a world full of animated versions, okay, full of avatars of everyone. Okay, now you saw a plot there that costs around, let's say, 10,000 rupees, or let's say uh 2 bitcoin, 2 bitcoin. So that land is in the form of NFT, so you can easily buy that. So you are actually buying things inside a metaverse, which is different from the other virtual environment that we have seen for playing games. Okay, so it's different. Here you can actually buy things. I think there was a project by Nike. You guys, we all know what Nike is. So Nike introduced their own NFTs, if you guys remember. So people were able to visit these virtual space. They can see a store of Nike, which was bought by NFT, obviously. And if you visit there, you can see various NFT, I mean, various shoes that were also NFT. And they were also considering, suppose I bought a NFT, I bought a Nike shoe NFT inside the Decentraland. So now I can retrieve it in the real world. If I show them this is my NFT, so they can give me the real shoes for it. So this was their idea. I was reading it somewhere. Okay, so that is metaverse. That is metaverse, a virtual space where everyone can connect. It got really famous during the lockdown time, where most of the meetings were, there was a lot of discussion that most of the activity, most of the meeting precisely will be happening on these virtual spaces. Meta, I mean the Facebook, invested into Decentraland a lot. You can check this news. Meta invested a lot of money into Decentraland. Okay, even into another project by the name Sandbox. Sandbox is another kind of uh, kind of blockchain that provide this metaverse. Okay, so this is what metaverse is. It's like a digital world where you have assets there. You can buy assets, you can sell them. Okay, your own land. You can buy your own land. Okay. Nilesh is saying like board have no, yeah, exactly. Ape has no value. Its value came from the demand and supply. People were actually trying to buy. It's like auction. I want to buy for 10,000. Someone says no, I want to buy for 20. Someone says no, I'm going to buy for 1 lakh. So it gave them value. Okay, so that's what that's what metaverse is. So I guess we have discussed various projects. Now you guys can see where blockchain is being utilized, and this is not enough. Okay, we don't have time right now. Tomorrow we'll discuss more such applications. Attendance link, we have the, see, Amar sir has shared it, day 2 attendance feedback form. You can see it above the message of Nilesh. Yes, we will be doing Nilesh. Okay, we'll be installing some things. Okay, Sir, can you say what is the main purpose of using Bitcoin related to blockchain? Sir, when you say what is the main purpose of using Bitcoin related to blockchain? Okay, Tejaswini, like I said it before, suppose I sent you 5 Bitcoin. I have two ways now. I have two ways, but I'll share my whiteboard. I'll explain there. Where's my whiteboard? I think it's visible now. My whiteboard. See, suppose Mantavya is sending 5 BTC. This is the short form of Bitcoin to, let's say, Tejaswini. So this is the data. This is the data. Data is 5 BTC transfer. Okay, 5 BTC transfer from M to T. This is the data. Now you need a place to store this information, right? You need to store this information. Suppose if you do it conventionally on a centralized location, on a centralized database. So it's stored on a centralized database. So it is stored on a single location. It's stored on a single location. Suppose this is the database. And let's say this is Drive, Google Drive. This is suppose Google Drive. I'm just taking an example, okay? This is suppose Google Drive. It's on a single location. It's on a single location. Okay? Understood? Now suppose what if your data got corrupt? You will lose your data. You will lose your data because it's on a single place. Suppose a hacker found a vulnerability in the Google Drive and they stole your data, right? Right? So this is the problem with the centralized system. This is what centralized system is. Storing information on a single place. Okay? But if we want to store it on a decentralized manner, decentralized space. Suppose your data is, I'm giving a name to this data, let's say D1. D1. Okay. Now we are using a decentralized network. Decentralized network built using blockchain. So this data will be, or suppose there are 5 people. I'm just taking an example again. Okay. Suppose there are 5 people, 5 members, 5 peers. Okay. 5 peers. So they will be connected peer to peer. I guess everyone is connected now. No, this is missing. Everyone is connected peer to peer. Now your data is not stored on a single place, but it will be stored by everyone. D1, 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 D1. Tejaswani, so you see, you send a Bitcoin related to blockchain. So this is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just an activity. Mantave sending 5 Bitcoin to Tejaswini. But if you want to make a data immutable in a larger space where everyone can see, then that's why we use a network that is created by blockchain. So this is how Bitcoin and blockchain are related to each other. Bitcoin is just a activity. I'm sending a Bitcoin, you are sending to another person a Bitcoin, but you want to store this data somewhere, right? So you store it in a decentralized manner where everyone is having this. Remember the classroom example. Were you there when I was telling you about the classroom example? Were you there? If you were there, I think you must understood what blockchain is. So yeah, same. Every student is storing it. Every student has this copy. I mean photocopy linked to each other. So inside that photocopy, what's written? The activities. If you convert it to blockchain, so instead of activities, we have transaction. Mantave send 5 Bitcoin to Tejaswini. So that's what blockchain and Bitcoin are connected. Okay, got it? Okay. Harsh, is it really helpful to join a care? Yeah. If you are into software development, you just need to upskill yourself into blockchain. Otherwise, nothing is required. If you know Python or any other programming language, if you are into front end, everything is same in Web3. Okay. What is the actual value of BTC? We'll check it. We'll check it now. Bitcoin price. So right now it is, you can see on my screen, it is right now 99 lakh rupees 20,643. 99 lakh. It was more than 1 crore, guys. It was more than 1 crore. Okay, so if I go to exchange, here we can see it much better. It's right now, if you convert into dollars, so it's right now 1 lakh $14,000. $1,14,000. One Bitcoin price. Okay. How can I make a career in blockchain as a finance student? Mohammed, blockchain is the technology for finance. As you have seen here, everything is related to transaction. I told you that that real estate thing or Scotch whiskey. So you need a proper plan, right? You need proper economics, how to create, how to, how to decide the value of the token. Okay. And what are the economics related? Again, the economics part of the blockchain, because a token needs everything. Token needs everything. Okay, its value, what will be the market capitalization, what is the volume. Okay, everything. Okay, everything is related to finance only. And we'll see more such examples where you will understand why it is used as a efficient manner of doing finance. Okay, so I always say blockchain is totally changing the way we do finance. Okay, because in finance we have intermediary, so blockchain remove this intermediary or middleman. Yeah, Kunud, that's right. No, that's not required. If you want to invest 100 rupees, you can invest in 100 rupees into Bitcoin. You don't need 1 crore to buy that. Okay, if you have 100 rupees or start, let's say if you want to start, if you want to give a try, put 500 rupees into Bitcoin. Okay, so that's not necessary. See, I'm not a finance expert, Chintala. Okay, I'm not a finance expert. I'm a lawyer and an engineer, I have started learning stock market. So I cannot answer this question. I'm really sorry. See, Kunut is asking if Bitcoin is just an activity. Then why it is equal to 1 crore? Again, Kunut, it totally depends on market dynamics. Who wants to buy it? People started to, auction it. I want to buy it 1 lakh. Someone said, no, I'm ready to take it for 2 lakh. So it's all about the trend. It's all about what people are liking, what world is liking. So it's demand and supply gave it a value. Okay, if you guys remember, there was a case, Patanjali, we all know Patanjali company. So Patanjali, there was a company of that was manufacturing soya chunks, and that company said that we are a part of we are a part of what company did I mention till now? Yeah, Patanjali. Yeah, they said we are a part of Patanjali. Okay, so people started to believe, oh wow, it's a part of Patanjali. So people started to invest into it. It got really high. Okay, it got a lot of money from it. But then people, when they came to know about it's just a fake news. It was just a fake news. What just a fake news was created for its price to get boom. So when people got the reality, it suddenly collapsed. So Bitcoin price is 1 crore. But suppose the next moment, if people started to, people stop to use Bitcoin, its value will be dropped. Okay. Gayatri, again, I'm not into finance, so I cannot tell. Is it best to invest in stock market or bank FD? See, what I know is that you should diversify your investment portfolio. You should not invest your money into a single location. because it's really risky. Suppose at you placed your stock on a single asset and it got collapsed, so your money will be getting collapsed. Okay, so try to invest in a diversify manner. Mutual fund, stock market, try to diversify. You can add gold as well. Try to diversify. So let's say if one asset fail, there's a guarantee that another will not fail. Okay, so it will help you protect. So we get the profit, and while returning to the people who invested, we will be retaining the money with Apurva. I mean, what's 33% is? Where have you taken this value? Why is Bitcoin prices so volatile? Again, the same thing. It depends on market. In right now, Trump is manipulating. We say that blockchain is decentralized. People are controlling it. Trump is controlling it. So when Trump said buy, so everybody started to buy. When he said just take out the money, so people they started to took out money. So this is how it's really volatile. Yeah, Mohammed. After 21 million coins, Bitcoin will end forever. I mean, it will not end forever. The transaction will be going on, but more mining will be stopped. And the expected year is 2140. So at the year 2040, the Bitcoin will be ended. So we have a lot of time. See, Mohammed, it will create. Obviously, it will create because Bitcoin is treated as an asset right now. Okay, it's an treated an asset right now. It's being manipulated. Okay, I was hearing about a case. There was a company that got bankrupt and they were holding a lot of Bitcoin. So I guess uh, America was they are able to retrieve those. And I think Trump has promised that uh, they will be holding 50% of Bitcoin circulation. This is I have heard about it. I'm not sure about it, but I have heard about this thing. No, they are not saying crypto or stock market are not same. Stock market is a regulated market. Crypto is not a regulated market. Is there any validity? What do you mean by validity? And I don't understand. Sir, what about scams? See, scams we will discuss. Okay, we'll discuss what are scams. Okay, we will discuss what are the scams in crypto and how to be safe. No, why 33%? It will be, so I invested 10,000 rupees. So after let's say you will calculate for 1 crore, right? You will calculate for 1 crore. Yeah, if you divide it, then I guess it's 33% kind of thing. Director Jeremy Colvin in 2018, no post necessary. Maybe. I'm not able to recall. Where there is no coins left, why people will mine it? They will not mine it. It will be stored forever. Then people just use it as a form of currency. Blockchain and stock market, no, they are not interrelated. See, stock market is the regulated market which is seen by SEBI, the Security Exchange Board of India. It is not related to blockchain. No, there's no. Yeah, the expected date is 2140. There's no expiry date. You can still use it Bitcoin. Bitcoin will not end. The mining will end. SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India. To understand the role of SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India, was that series Scam 1992. Harshad Mehta, I think you must know about it. Okay, 2140. Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry, it's not scan, it's scam. Scam, Scam 1992. It's a great series. Oh, why am I not able to write? Yeah, Scam 1992. Then go for toss. What do you mean by toss? No. There's no bidding option. I mean, bidding is different. Bidding is for the people like us, but miners are different. Miners are here just to mine it. Bidding is done later on. Who wants to take it, who wants to buy. Okay, so it doesn't mean bidding here. There's no bidding here. Again, there will be a mathematical puzzle. The first to solve it will be able to get mine the Bitcoin. There's no bidding there. The winner is only one. No. That's not necessary. Everyone will use it. Bitcoin will not end. Bitcoin will be done. Bitcoin will be used as a normal exchange. Mining will be stopped. Nilesh, you can install Binance. Binance is a platform where you can buy. Okay, we have CoinDCX as well, but I don't trust them because there was a hack in CoinDCX as well. But yeah, again, very likely they are to be hacked. Okay, because my data is really secure till now. Neha, you will learn about blockchain, okay? About blockchain from scratch. What are the applications that are out in the market that are using it, okay? And most important, how exactly it works. And you guys will be able to create your own blockchain solutions, okay, where it is necessary. Blockchain development is included, but not in that depth, okay? Okay, guys, so I guess we are good to go for today. All right, we'll meet tomorrow. Have a great day. Okay, one last question I'll take. So many types of coin exist. So how you follow mine which one to be widely acceptable? Nilesh, that depends. Okay, that depends on the project. Okay, that depends on the project. If you want to see good projects, I'll discuss with you. Okay, then see it's all depends on what people are liking. As I told this yesterday that people, I mean the world like entertainment. So right now, meme coins are rising. Meme coin doesn't have any use case. They are just the how should we not use blockchain? That is what meme coin is. But people are buying it. They got millions of capitalization from it. But again, it doesn't have any use case. Blockchain that were really good. Okay, they are not famous right now. So it all depends on what people are following. Okay, so we cannot decide in that way. Thank you, Tejaswini. Okay, so Nilesh, we'll see various kind of tokens. Okay. All right, guys. Let's meet tomorrow. Have a great day. Good night, everyone.